Hi, um, Jennifer Scroggins again, the author of Facing the Rearview Mirror and Drifts. And I wanted to address some of the things that some people have contacted me about in regards to facing the rearview mirror. One thing I would like to make perfectly clear, because there seems to be some confusion from some folks, is the book has right in it is it's fictionalized. It's a fictionalized account of some things. Um, there is a lot of fact, a lot of stuff actually did happen. A lot of it, more than is fiction, most likely. But it's fiction. It's not an autobiography as one person stated. It's fiction. So please, if you got your tail in a knot over it, get it unknotted. It's based on some real people, more than a few, and it's based on some, like I said, real life. But a lot of those people are dead, and that's unfortunate. They've left us, and I miss them. And a bunch of people are made up in there. They're amalgamations of people I knew and grew up with, and it's characterizations of others. So, be that as it may, I wanted to clarify things. Not that suing me would do anybody any good. I mean, not that I'm even concerned about that, but I just wanted to make that clear. It's a fictionalized account of things. Not that I didn't wish a lot more of it was true. I mean, but anyway, um, the dialect, regionalisms, the slang. I'm an East Texan, and East Texas is a lot different. Texas, for my English, British, what have you readers, is kind of like to the United States, so different than New York, California. It's like a country within a country, and East Texas is like a whole nother place. We have a dialect and a accent that is very different from the rest of Texas. West Texas is more twangy. East Texas, we get polluted, I like to say, by Louisiana. And sorry, Louisiana folks, that's how I look at it. I'm not a big fan of LSU. My neighbors know I'm not a big fan of LSU. Texas A&M versus LSU, that last football game. Mm. Anyway, be that as it may. It's there's southern words and phrases and things that I say and that I write that some people are like, what does that mean? What are you talking about when you say, things like, what's a wolfworm? A wolfworm it's like a botfly maggot. And they get into cattle and stuff back there in Texas, burrow under the skin, and you can see a little hole in the hide. If you put a Coke bottle over that hole and pop it, it'll pop up enough, and you can use, and this is gross, I'm sorry, if you got a delicate stomach, you might want to go on and do something else. If you use a fish hook or something, you can pull them out of there and you use them as fish bait. There's other things that, people talk about and people say, or I say all the time, that I take for granted, and I think that people understand what I mean when I say it, and they look at me, and even my own son is like, what did you say? Nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. My son looked at me the other day when I said that. He was like, what did you say, Mom? And I was like, well, to me that's not uncommon. It means somebody who's really, really nervous. I call somebody quite often, being funny, a cute little person to me, I call them sugar britches. No disrespect is intended. It's just kind of saying, you're cute. You think you're all big and grown up and tough, but you're cute. Sugar britches. I think it's a little more respectful than what I typically would call somebody. It was little britches. Being a little person myself, okay, I think that's kind of on the insulting side. All hat, no cattle means someone who's a bit full of themselves, and I say that one. I don't think I put that one in this book, but that's another one that they say. Someone who's got more show than what they've got substance. I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff that I put in there that people might not understand. I'm very willing. I'm on Twitter all the time. You can't hardly get me to shut up. To talk about and explain things. Buckeyes. Buckeye is a kind of a native species of plant back in Texas that grows pretty much wild, and it produces a like nut like seed that it's about the size of a golf ball, and they're hard, and you can take a slingshot and you can make a pretty good weapon out of them, and you can pretty well nail something with them good enough, especially a bull, to get them out of your way. Um, Another little line in the story is my dingling. I reference a Chuck Berry song, which I grew up with, and a lot of East Texans know. It's called My Dingling, and it's a kind of inappropriate song. I'm all about the inappropriateness. And I don't think anything of it. My kids know that song. It's, take it as you will. But it was one that I always found to be highly, amusing. I had no idea what it meant when I was a little kid. I found out as I got older. But anyway, it was cute and funny to me, and, something I grew up with. Let's see. I probably should provide warnings. I don't take into consideration the fact that some people are a little more delicate about gross things, I guess. I don't gross out easy. I grew up on a farm and, well, a ranch, small hobby ranch, and I've seen things, had to deal with things that, it's not a big deal to me. So if you do have a delicate stomach, some of that stuff in there might go, that's kind of gross. But it's not a thing to me. What else is there? If there's a phrase or words or whatever in there you don't understand, shoot me a line. I'll explain it to you. I'll probably talk your ear off in the process. And if that's something you're worried about, just tell me, hey, I got it. That's okay. My son does that to me all the time. He's like, Mom, I know you're Southern. Let it go. You'll have to forgive me, too. I ran into a friend of mine up here in Portland the other day, and when you get a couple Texans together, the accent comes back, and it's like trying to get rid of gray hairs. It's just an ongoing process. It never ends. I have a Facebook page my daughter is handling for me. It's Jennifer D. Scroggins at Facebook dot whatever the heck that is. It's all over Twitter, Facebook, and whatever else. And she wants you to like us. She has a commercial up and is trying to get people to, buy the books, do whatever. There's going to be another book coming out pretty soon. Like I said, I have a bunch of them stacked up. I've been writing forever and just kind of storing them, on my desktop in notebooks and scribbled all over the place. And so, since I'm not particularly good at harassing people and going, please buy my books, say something good about them, review them, let people know what you think. If you don't like it, tell me, hey, you suck, quit, go away. Say something. Even if, if it's not positive. I'm a big girl. I've been through a lot. Somebody telling me that they don't like my book, yeah, it's okay. It's going to hurt my feelings a little bit. I'll get over it. Compared to some of the stuff I've been through, it's nothing but a thing. I'll take constructive criticism and I'll deal with it. But, I'd appreciate it if you take the time. I'm trying to run, little promotions every now and then, kind of get the word out there. Tell a friend, tell a friend. And as I get more stuff out, I'll let you know. And the next one coming up is another family kind of friendly book. There'll be some in the future that won't be particularly family friendly, because I do write some grown-up stuff that caters to a particular audience. But anyhow, if my little girl gets on your nerves, shoot me a line. Don't give me that look. I'm doing this in the daylight, so I've got an audience who's sitting there looking at me going, talk about this, talk about that. So, anyway, My name is Jennifer D. Scroggins. My books out right now are Face in the Rearview Mirror and Drifts. They're on Amazon.com, Kindle, and Create Space. And thank you for your time.